And what we do when we have numerical disadvantages, for example, is in this little tiny little cameo here, we look to drag a third one in temporarily from somewhere, right? So if that's two midfield players against three midfield players, the idea is we will temporarily call in a wide midfield player or a striker to drop in and create that numerical equality in a moment, right? Because if all football was numbers, we would just match everyone up all over the place, and it would look like football 100 years ago when it was you played WM, I played WM, and we just had these 1v1 individual battles all over the field, much like we did when everyone played 4-4-2 in the kind of the straight line way that we've spoken about before. All right. So what we do when we look at numerical superiority, we can't just look at it with a full stop. We have to look at it with this idea of being dynamic. All right. So the idea of movement, the idea of being alive, of being adjustable in our formations and in how our teams move. Right. So when I'm currently in the middle of writing a book around superiorities and tactics. That'll be out 2025. And what I found is I can neatly talk about numerical, qualitative, positional, and cooperative superiority on their own. More or less, I can talk about them in like in each individual chapter. What I can't do is talk about the four of them without this idea that our players can be dynamic as well. So whereas we feel like this numerical superiority, or some might feel that numerical superiority is the best one, it's far from it. It's linked with the others, but you cannot get away from this idea that football is dynamic and football is changeable.